Kid don't know what's out there waiting for him. The Skyway. Now the kid can ride the wind to distant lands.
Welcome back, you turkeys. Michael Fox here, and we're moving on with part 2 of this new Let's Play, Bastion. What you just saw there, we'll look into it more later, but that's the map of the lands, and you have a choice of where you go, which is kind of nice. It's not super linear, right? You can kind of go when you please and go where you want, but it's still limited in a way. We'll get to that.
The intersection between bad and wrong.
Isn't that where incest lives?
Ought to be a core down one of these twisted streets, but which one? He heads for the squirt steps. Won't be no field trip this time.
Alright, so again, we're looking for another core, as you heard. And this map is...
Scumbag can digest just about anything.
Oh, we got a new...
It's quick for slicing.
We got the war machete. It's the war machete, and you can throw it? Yes, you can throw it. It's super fast. It's like a mix between a regular machete and a samurai sword. Or something equally sharp and furious. It's really quite nice, actually. I like it, because I'm a huge speed freak in these sort of hack and slash moments. But hey, you know, maybe it's not for everyone. Some people like a little more heavy,
the most rambunctious
heavy damage. And squirt lure. That just sounds like honestly some kind of deviation.
Got something for trouble.
For a roofie, you know. We're not calling them roofies anymore. We're calling them squirt lures.
Them squirts just don't know when to quit.
I'm thinking, maybe it's like the roofie for pedophiles. Because I mean, a guy's not gonna use a squirt lure on a female. That doesn't make sense. But on like a little boy, makes perfect sense. And it's disgusting. It goes hand in hand with the intersection of incest.
Scumbag alley. Some scumbags still feeding off the city's own trash.
Scumbags are stupid. Very stupid. I hate them. Mostly because of their little blue goop. You always step in it by accident and it burns and
there he is.
It's like waking up in the morning or late at night and you can't help but stub your toe. Just, you hate it.
The calamity ain't done much for Gershel's sunny disposition.
And you could, what, right here, that's...
Cuts up Gershel like a vine apple.
That's poor form.
Scumbag didn't feel a thing.
Those guys, they'll bounce off your shield. You can actually deflect them off the map, which, obviously I don't realize this right now because I'm an idiot, but,
No core, no surprise. Like the gas fellas are hiding it from.
Oh, no core. Okay,
the rest of
whatever.
The path is gone for good, and his city crest won't bring it back.
Also, the reason I'm using the bow is I'm trying to get a triple shot. It's like one of those well, no, I'm not going to tell you that right now. That's we'll wait till we get to it later in the game, but there's certain shots you want to try and do with the different weapons because you get stuff from pulling off better shots. So and it's also kind of an incentive to try out the different weapons. In my first playthrough, I didn't really take the time to get really familiar with all the weapons.
The east side, where windbags used to keep the local forge.
But you should, because all the weapons are pretty nice. They all have their own pros and cons. They're all pretty well balanced. So the later on weapons are a little bit stronger, but I mean that kind of makes sense because you have to go through most of the game without them, and of course later on it's more difficult as well. So you need a little more firepower. We need more horsepower.
Inside the forge, Key can fine-tune those instruments of his.
Ah, yes, I love the forge. If I could, I'd spend all my time in the forge. Forging awesome things. So, war machete. Gotta decide. 20% critical hit chance, attack.
The little Zolwood
Cripples
oil and that
cripple
blade
foes.
shines like a light.
Crippling foes is good. Breaker's bow. Which one are we gonna pick for this? We're gonna do one for each of the weapons. +2 target penetration. That's good, but draw speed is good too.
With a good length of Meesgut.
And you know, you can alternate between the two in each tier, so it's not like you're stuck. This kind of reminds me of
Kids' lifelong friends looking fit to keep on fighting.
like another reason why it reminds me of Diablo is with the skills. You know, not like a blatant copy. But you know, the skill trees you had in Diablo were kind of cool, and this is equally awesome, if not more.
Used to live. Tended to his flock.
I wish he would just shut up so I could talk. But
No white gas fellas all dress alike. Kids wondering the same thing.
yeah, I'm wondering why you don't put tape over your mouth. Again, better than Diablo just because you can go back between skills for each tier. So that's cool. You're never like stuck regretting, and then you don't like have to go back and start a new character or something because you screwed up and you picked the wrong skill, and it just makes your character weak and you can't get past the third act of hell. Friggin' stupid Mephisto.
But it's locked down tight in an alloy cage.
Alright, so we found the core finally. And
A blustery old foreman
Uh-oh.
is keeping his fellas in check. Almost like he's
What is this?
showboating for the crowd.
gangbang? I do not approve of this. Let me up. No, let me up. Stop it. I can't go anywhere. Okay, I'm running. I'm gonna play the long range game because I'm gonna be smart. Usually I get impatient and I just go in and die. Not today, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Michael Fox is gonna
And
play
now
it
there's
safe.
a new marshal in town.
Don't be a fool. Wrap your tool. Okay? Play it safe.
He hears
And
the
you'll-
whole place groan.
You'll
It's
get
too
to the
tough
core.
to fall.
That's right.
Kid's ready to go, and his ticket out's right where he started.
Where did I start? Right by these fizzy bubbles? Yes. Get some water? No. Alright, so that's a core down. That's good. We're gonna go back. And you remember from the last video, we built the arsenal. So now we get to, with every core, we get to make a new building. So let's, I think, what
Comes
do
back, just like I knew he would. The
Yes,
core
I
hums in
come
his
back.
pack. The monument's calling for it.
I'm gonna hum all over your face. Let's talk about this ragged hood.
The windbags used to be all right. Then the calamity took the floor out from under him.
So, he's got some hearts. That means he's on our side.
Kid does it again. Only fair he decides what we build next.
That's right, do a little twirl. Another one. Yeah, baby. I see you there, shaking that ass. So forge your distillery. What would you pick? Do you know? Because I don't know. Actually, you know, I love the forge. I'm all about the forge. Let's go with the forge.
A lot of things need fixing up in this world, and we can start right
What do you think he's looking at in that little box? Maybe they're like little beetles or something? I mean, do you think he collects bugs? Alright, so there's your war machete, breaker's bow, fang, reaper, kale, hammer. I think that's pronounced kale. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. C-A-E-L? That's weird. And now we've got some more skills. You remember the pedophile's squirt lure? Probably never ever gonna use that because I will feel dirty beyond my years. Ugh. Ugh. So whirlwind though, that's for the Kale hammer.
Picked up traces of other cores while the kid was out.
And remember, it's that little barbarian twirl. And so you see, they tell you there's a core detected or whatever. And the northernmost point was a bow. They have these proving grounds, and there's one for each weapon. And when you go there and you try and prove yourself, if you do well, you get prizes basically, and that helps you.
In better days, the melting pot was sealed tighter than the skin on a squirt.
Squirt. Tighter than the skin on a squirt. You know what? I'm not sure if what this writing is like intentionally
Plans to survive the calamity.
made to make me feel like a pervert for thinking dirty like things. Like, if not, I don't even know what to say.
If there's a core, he figures it ought to be deeper down.
I don't figure that. The kid maybe, but I don't. What do we have back here? Oh, first roses. Gotta kill them. Ah, something nasty. I got something nasty brewing in my butt. That's not true. It's not true at all.
Cuts
It's
down
just
every stab weed like there's gonna be a prize for it.
So we'll see what weapon hopefully this something nasty applies to. 'Cause remember from the last video where we were talking about each weapon has a
Core
something
stuck inside one of those fancy cages.
plus adjective, right? So you definitely want to collect those because you can really
Some of the
you can
stuff
use them.
lying around is downright dangerous.
Trap mine is a fantastic skill. It's probably one of my favorite. I think I use it at least 50% of the time. Just because it's like a proximity mine. If you ever played GoldenEye, I hope.
Throws a switch. Now what could possibly go wrong?
What could go wrong is people will attack me, but basically.
Quite a bit.
Or
as
you
it
could pay
turns
me,
out.
but that's not wrong. That's right.
The cage starts
Very-
lifting from the core
very right.
ever so slow.
Hurry up.
All kid can do is wait. Shipments start falling in.
Leave me alone. But yeah, to get back to GoldenEye, you remember the proximity mines? They're hella useful. Basically,
Not
you
every
set
course
them.
born bad. Some spring to the kid's defense.
You set them, and then somebody walks by, and boom. That's what the trap mine is. And yeah, what he was saying is sometimes when enemies come, they'll actually, for whatever reason, have like a super crush on me, and they'll help me out. I'm assuming they'd have a crush on you too if you played this, but I don't know. Nobody from the first video has said they've played this yet, so it kind of makes me a little sad.
Scumbags don't take kindly to interlopers.
We've got a hodgepodge. Everything's going on here. It's a little battlegrounds. Got some scumbags. We got the hooded fellows. Big
Even
scumbag.
some gas fellas take his corner. Heard it.
Oh yeah, you're on my team.
Foreman.
Alright. Good job, boys.
At this rate, maybe 5 more minutes. Maybe 30. Hard to tell.
30? You're loco, man. You're loco. I can't last that long. I gotta go pee. Alright, smashy smashy.
Squirts get real territorial
Those-
around the core.
Those crates, you always want to smash them as soon as possible because
Then a shipment of free
they're the gas
samples
fellas
shows up.
inside them. Or sometimes the
Ain't all
squirts.
bad, as the kid finds some spices from the motherland. Tax free.
You know what? You think I'm on the verge of dying?
One thing's
The
for
last
sure,
thing,
that cage is awful heavy.
the last thing on my mind would be to pick up a little jar of spices. But evidently, it's probably the most important thing on me. On my mind. Oh, I see something shiny. Ooh, it's shiny. It's like a little diamond. You know what? I'm gonna make a miniature jar and put some
Seen to be sure.
ancient spices in it, and then mount that on a gold wedding band. And then I'm gonna find me a girl, and I'm gonna propose to her while under fireworks in the sky, or like on the moon or something. And she'll say yes, because she's gonna be like, oh my god, ever since I was a little girl, I've always wanted some ancient spices.
Finally, the core's within reach.
Yeah, hurry up, I want this core.
He's got
Alright,
Just gotta get
let's go. Bail. When life gives you lemons, you say fuck it and bail. That's what you do. That's what we're gonna do in a second when I get all this stuff. But I think I'm gonna call it quits for this video, guys. It's flown by, jeez Louise. So I'll definitely see you in the next video. We're obviously gonna pick up from where we're gonna leave off. We'll see what happens when we get to town, but you know, once I get back to town, I'm usually like a kid in a candy store, and I can't stop running around, and that'll take another 5 minutes.
Remember the look on his face after that one.
So we're gonna leave that to the next video. We're just popping the core in there.
But the new world's just
So anyways,
started.
that's it. Peace out.